Hello, good day. Let's start this new lesson for Unreal Engine 5.7.2.
Hello, good day. Welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to create a health bar for an enemy character. So if you press play here, right, you see this enemy character, there's a health bar. We could shoot this enemy. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Run around. Obviously, this will be very useful when you have to fight a boss. And then the enemy dies, he plays this animation, and when the enemy dies, the health bar disappear. Which is what the effect we're trying to really get. We want to have an enemy, the enemy has a health bar, and after you kill the enemy, the health bar disappears. So let's go ahead and let's create such a health bar. So what I will do, I go to content row. I already have an enemy here, so I'll just duplicate this, Control D and duplicate this. And for me to just determine, well, know for certain, I'm gonna call this enemy. I'll call this version 3, 4. So I'll double click and open this. So by the way, what we'll have to do definitely, we'll have to create a widget blueprint. So I'll create this one time. So what we'll do, go by right click, and then we need to go to user interface and go to widget blueprint. And you can select widget, user widget here or user widget here, doesn't really matter. It will achieve the same result. I'll call this WB underscore enemy health version 2. I call it version 2 because I already worked on this before. And so we are working with a widget. So widget blueprint. So what we'll need to do is first you create a canvas panel. So create a canvas panel, select it, drag it here. Then we need to create a progress bar. Progress bar, select it, drag it here. And we need to anchor this. So we selected progress bar. We will anchor this. Well, let's reset this, reset these positions, anchor this to the middle, put the alignment to 0.5 by 0.5. So this is dead in the center. We set the position. For the size X, we can make this about 300. For the size Y, you can make this about, let's say about 30. I mean, I'm just choosing these values, but you can choose the values that you want. For the percent, you put like 0.7. Now, we see 0.7 here, and see it takes up about 70% of this progress bar. We can change the color, select the color, we can choose this color. You could, of course, choose a different color that you want. We can compile. We need to give this progress bar a name. We call this health bar. I call this health bar underscore enemy version 3.4. The reason why I'm putting this is because I'm working with so much different variables and so much blueprints and so forth. I just tend to forget what I'm working on. So when I say version 3.4, I know specifically I'm working with this blueprint. So next is to go to the enemy for the version 34. So what I'll do next is I'll create so I need to create an event tick. And when I create the event tick, I'll put the logic there. So next thing I'll do is go to the viewport. I'm in the viewport here. And I go to add a widget. Well, add a widget component. So type widget. Select the widget. I'll call this health bar 34, version 34. Compile. I'll save. And then I need to go to the event graph. The event graph is here. So I have the event tick here. So the next thing I'll do is drag across the health bar. We have the event tick, so you right click and create the event tick. Then I drag the health bar here. Well, obviously drag as I get. Then I will get a widget. Okay, I can't see. Get widget. So select that. So get widget right there. Then I will cast this enemy's blueprint, the enemy health. So cast to BP. I think it's widget blueprint. Widget blueprint enemy health. Yeah, widget 2. So if you're doing a now I want to mention you can really do this with a blueprint interface, but just for simplicity, I'll do it with casting. In a later video, I'll do this with, let's say, I'll do this with a blueprint interface. Then I'll drag from here and get the enemy health. Get health bar. So I now realize what was the problem. We go across here. This health bar wasn't a variable. So we need to make this a variable. Compile and save. Now we can go back here to this blueprint. I can get this health bar. Get health bar enemy. So you see that was the problem here. And now you could set percent. Set percent. We'll connect this. We'll take the health, drag it here, get the health, drag from here, type divide, divide, connect this to here. We'll divide by 1,000 because the health max health is 1,000. So let me just scroll up a bit. Yeah, so 1,000. So basically 1,000 divided by 1,000 will give you 1. So you turn this whole thing into a percentage. Let's compile and save. In the meantime, let's go to the viewport. I'm gonna see the health bar. I'll carry it up a bit. Okay, so I'm barely seeing this. Oh, we need to add the widget here. So I need to scroll down. I need to set the widget class. Scroll down. I think it'll be somewhere user interface. Widget class, user interface, widget class. Go to here, enemy health 2. That's it right here. And of course, you could position this, but I'll position this right here. We'll compile and save. Go back to the event graph. So you're making a lot of progress right about now. You'll drag on here, set world rotation. Now, the reason why you have set the world rotation is because what we want to do, we have the health bar. So if we go to level, so I have this variable, this character here, I can delete this. And we can go to boss 34 and we can press play. You see, we go to a different angle and we're not seeing health bar. So that's why we need to set the world rotation. So that's why I'm going back to here. Set world rotation. We'll drag from here. Look at location. Look at this right here. This is what we want to find. Then we'll drag from here. We just type world location. Okay. World location. So I'll just connect this here. Don't think this should be. Press undo, Control Z, all right. Will this compile? Yes, I have a feeling this would have generated an error. You can right click and you get player camera. Get player camera manager. You'll get world location. Drag from here. Get world location. Transform component. Okay, so we need to just rearrange this. You plug this in here. We'll compile. Okay, so the problem is just definitely the mesh. Right click, get world location. So definitely you have to use this. Delete this. Same health bar, you plug the health bar up here. Control D to duplicate. Drag this here. Connect this here. Compile. Let's go to level and press play. So we've seen the health over here on every character. We're shooting the character, the health is going down. Don't matter which angle we turn, we see any health. The character can attack us. And when he died, he played the death animation, and you see some kind of special effects at a spawn emitter at location right there. So I'll close this off right now, and we show it's this character here. If you press, well, you have this character highlighted. So it's BP enemy version 34. That's the blueprint that we are working on, this blueprint right about now here. So we know this is working. Now, one thing I want to mention, so let's highlight this, press C, health bar widget, compile. One thing I want to mention, so if we have here, we have killed the enemy. So we have this enemy here and this enemy have to be killed. In terms of my logic, if I wanted to make sure every time I kill the enemy, it's incrementing and showing up in the stats, we need to have this here, damage causer, this variable here, the damage causer, the caster, this main character, the blueprint for main character. It needs to go to this target here, this variable kills. It needs to increment. So we need these 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes in order to increment and add the kill to the kill count for your character right here. But generally, this is working, and I just want to show this character could kill us. Come in front of one. All right, so he kill us. One, two. Okay, so he keep killing us after we die, so we need to address that. But we could kill this character. So there you have it. So that I achieved the objectives of this video, so I'll end this video here. Thank you.
That is it for this lecture. Do you want to learn more? Like and subscribe. You can also contact us, Impulse Response Enterprises Limited.